Hi, Coach Joe Lucas here, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. As I'm recording this, it is the end of July 2019, and I find this window of time is very dangerous for advisors, and let me explain why. See, a lot of times what advisors will do is they'll get into this, what I call the summer doldrums or the dog days of summer, different terminologies, of course. And, you get into this July, August window, and there's a real push or pull sometimes to tell yourself, oh, you know what, I'm going to just kind of hang for the next couple of weeks. I'll hit it hard after Labor Day. And the reality is this, that if your plan, your goal is you want to have a dynamite September, October, November, December, that the bottom line is that momentum has to be created today. See, if you go ahead and kind of what I'll call downshift for the next 4 or 5 weeks, and then you think you're going to flick a switch and basically, hey, I'm going to rock star it out, the Tuesday after Labor Day, it takes literally 30 to 60 days, in my experiences, to create momentum in this business. So if we play that out, what that means is that your momentum will not get kicked in to the end of October. And then we're right into Thanksgiving, right into the holidays. So a strategy that I use with all my clients, and it's a strong strategy, it works, is that I want you to make August, think about this, I want you to make August the second highest contact month of the year, the first one being January, that's for another episode. And you do it via phone call, voicemail, you do it via email, via text, whatever you're allowed to do. You reach out to both clients and prospects, and you just check in with them, see how their summer's going, with the goal, in most cases, of they're going to want to defer meeting you, right? Until, hey, it's August, it's summer, let's do this after Labor Day. Fine, you're not gonna mandate change on that. But what you are going to do is get them penciled into your calendar. See, if you wait until after Labor Day, then you decide, let's go reach out to everybody. Well, now you're trying to schedule, and you're scheduling 3-4 weeks out. Now we're not meeting with people. We got to get work done, financial plans, projects, analysis, application, underwriting, whatever we've got going on. And, and here comes Halloween. And now you're really pushing it. You give away 6 to 8 prime weeks of production/productivity. So I want you to have vacation time. I want you to be with your families. I want you to go fishing, boating, golfing, whatever it is that you do. But we've got to, over the next couple of weeks, we have to go ahead and reach out to everyone. And this will make you a lot of money, and you'll be grateful and thankful come December that you listen to this advice. All right, that's number one. Second thing, as we get into the dog days of summer here, is that your habits and rituals matter. They still matter. They will always matter. So if you're giving yourself the okay to come in the office, because I've seen this in my career, where guys will say, you know what, I got, it's summer, we're not going anywhere right now. I'm going to just come in and I'll do some projects. I'm just going to come in and kind of see what happens. So in other words, you go into your game to hang out. You go in your office just to hang out, to maybe do a little project to BS yourself. So here's the standard. Number one, we decide to go in the office, we come in like a rock star, and we hit it hard. If we're not committed to coming in and hitting like a rock star, what do I mean by that? You do your morning ritual. In our world, we call our Magellan 8. You do your daily game plan. That's your contacts, setting up meetings, introduction conversations, and then we call that our daily 5, right? There's a couple more pieces to that. If you're not willing to do that, don't come in. Or sit there and say, you know what? I'm going to come in, and I'm getting in at my normal time early. I'm going to do my morning ritual. I'm going to make my contacts. I'm going to check my boxes. 1 o'clock, I'm out. I'm going to go play 9 holes. I'm going to be with the family. I'll go to the pool, whatever. But I'm going to maintain my standards. Your bank account is about 2 things: your mindset and your standards. So if you have low standards for yourself, this is for yourself. I don't care about your team. I don't care about your clients. I don't care about your broker dealer, your custodian, none of that crap. It's all about you. So if you have low standards, if it's okay to go play office, that's reflective in your bank account. If you lead a team and they see you playing office, you basically give them permission to do the same thing. Leadership in our space is by example, not by proxy. So you've got to make a decision as we get into, look, I've got clients going on Alaska cruises, safari in South Africa, all kinds of great stuff. And I encourage it. I'm all about the bucket list for my clients. I want them to go play. But you honor the business. You honor the standard when you're going to step on your quote unquote field and do your thing. So I want you to remember that. As some of you, and look, I know you better than you know you. It's easy to get seduced into average. It's easy to come in with the best intentions, and then next thing you know, well, the TV's on. The dinging of the email, right? Ding, ding, ding. The internet calls your name. These things, right? Your mobile device, right? Distraction. This will either make you a lot of money. Here's the thing about it. This may be a little side piece. My experiences, myself and with clients, you have a choice with this. It either is going to make you a lot of money or it's going to cost you a lot of money. What box do you want to check on this? Make you money? You have good stuff on here, books on tape, motivational, inspirational, stuff that's going to feed your mind, get your mindset right, or it becomes a bunch of distraction, seduction, right? You want to be aware of that, okay? What else do we need to do in the summer? What we need to do is make sure, if you haven't done this, it's still time to do this, you need to go ahead and execute a mid-year review process. You want to go ahead and basically benchmark, hey, where the heck am I versus plan for 2019? And then not only that, but then you got to sit there and say to yourself, okay, what must I do different / better? Because the concept is, if you're saying, well, I don't need to do anything different, I can be the same person. I don't need to change my behavior. I don't need to change my standards. I don't need to do any of that. If that's the way you're operating, this is why you're stuck and stagnant. So here's our game. Here's what I want you to think about. Number one, am I willing to commit to making the next 6 weeks between now and Labor Day? I will play when I'm going to play, but when I'm in, I'm going to be committed. And that commitment's going to be, I'm going to reach out to everybody, and I am going to set the stage this month, this window of time for the fall, not when the fall happens. All right. Number two, I'm going to not sabotage my success by getting distracted, right? So email, phone calls, internet, TV, when I'm in, I'm in. Next, if I'm going to go play, I will have a rule, and the rule is going to be, when I'm in my office, I am in my office, and if that means I want to get out at noon, or I'm going to take Mondays and Fridays off and just work my business Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I've got clients that do that. Every weekend's a long weekend. They go down the shore, their lake house, whatever, and I'm cool with that. You know why? Because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we rock it out at a high level. Monday and Friday, we go play. That's our summer game. You have to have a set of rules around this. A lot of advisors have this haphazard, make it up as you go. There's no calendar discipline. There's no daily game plan discipline. And here's why. Most people get attracted to this. I want you to think about this for yourself for a second. So, this may be a little epiphany. What attracted you to this business? What attracted you to this profession? Somewhere in your things that are important to you / values, freedom's in there. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to be told what to do. I want to have freedom, flexibility, make a lot of money, and help people, right? Those are going to be somewhere in your top 10. Great. The problem, though, is that you take freedom and you apply it in a negative way, which means freedom does not mean lack of standards. Freedom does not mean we don't have benchmarks. In fact, I can make an argument to you that the more discipline, the higher your standards you create, the more freedoms you can have. Why? Because your business grows economically, you hire the right people, you lead them properly. And if you have the right people in the right seats, guess what? You don't have to be the storekeeper. You don't have to be the shopkeeper. You have somebody else. You pay your people well to go sit and answer the phones while you go off on vacation with your family. I've got several clients that have started a couple of years ago. It's an interesting story here. Who came to me and said, one in particular said, I'm thinking about sabbaticals. I said, well, explain that to me. He goes, well, I want to take at least 4 weeks off. And I want to take my family. And I want to go, in this case it was Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii for a month. And I want my team to run my business. I want to be available for 911s if necessary. But by and large, I am unplugging. I will have somebody monitor my email. I will have my phone forwarded. I am MIA unless there's something with the client. Do you think that's possible? I thought about that. And I said, everything's possible. We got to test it and try it and plan it and see what works. And so fast forward now 5 years later, it's a reality. Not only for him, but probably about another 5 or 6 of my clients. He will take sabbaticals in the summer to be with their families or do it. Like I've got a client, he's in South Africa right now, safari, right? That's his gig. I can tell you right now, he ain't checking in his office. I don't think there's even cell service where he is, right? I've got clients that go hunting or go fishing or go hiking where it's a sat phone only. And yet they run multi-million-dollar businesses. Now why? Because they understand to get their freedom, to understand and have that. Remember, you can have economic abundance and time freedom. However, you have to plan for it. It doesn't happen by accident. And you cannot be loosey-goosey around your scheduling and your standards. Okay? So, hope this made sense for you. Please go ahead, get your calls done, get your fall figured out. Let's make that happen. If you want to put a sabbatical in your world in the future, maybe for 2020, let's do that. Remember, as a financial advisor, all things are possible. I've got clients doing all things. So come to me with a question. I'm happy to answer them for you. And last thing, come play my coaching game. 30 days, MagellanNetwork.net. Come experience what we do. See if it makes sense for you. I'm not the right coach for everyone. I always openly admit that. But you just might be surprised at what happens in that 30 days for you. So, this is Coach Joe Lukacs. Thank you for watching or listening this episode of the Magellan Network Show, and I look forward to being with you next time. So there you have it. If you really enjoyed watching this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the Magellan Network Show with Coach Joe here on YouTube. And remember, I'm always here to help you become a better entrepreneur, business owner, and financial advisor. With that, I'll see you next time on the Magellan Network Show with me, Coach Joe. Take care and goodbye.